You know what? Let me not hit a singing bowl this time around. Miss Tulip, come say hi to the fans. Come say hi to the people. You have so many fans, Tulip. I hope this makes you smile, and I hope you have a fabulous reading, y'all. I love you so much. Hello, my beautiful Leo. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be getting into your weekly tarot messages, Leo, for the week of September 2021, darling. So if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading today, be sure to let me know in the comments below which cards resonate with you and how they do, darling, because that is how I keep up with you guys, is through the comments, Leo. As well, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, or you just enjoy my vibe, darling, I would really appreciate it, Leo, if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, and I always appreciate it when you guys do that extra step to support me in that way. But remember, put this in perspective, Leo. I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could. Take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't. I believe my readings are just here to give you some food for thought, a perspective to consider, but never making the choices in your life. Doesn't matter what you identify as well, Leo. I always feel the need to say, whether you identify as he, she, they, or other, darling. If the message resonates, the message resonates, right? So let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading for today, Leo. Let's see what's going on with you guys. I also did your monthly tarot reading as well, Leo, for September 2021. So if you haven't seen that already, definitely be sure to check that out as well. So let's get into this for you, Leo. I need to be pulling a card here to see the overall theme for this week for you guys. Let's see what's up with my Leos here. This card right here is calling out to me. Ooh, darling. All right, you have the Three of Cups coming in here. So this is just an overall fabulous card of like happiness, celebration as well. Leo, you know, and with the Three of Cups here, I kind of see this as a sense of it's like this sense of where you guys are celebrating, Leo, after like a really rough period. How would I say this? Or just like an emotional time, right? And so I feel like, and especially with this Three of Swords here, yeah, it does feel as if you guys are like uncorking like a bottle of wine, darling, and just sipping it. You're just like, man, I really went through that and I really came out on the other side. It feels like you guys have definitely built a lot of character since the last time that we've connected, Leo. So definitely interesting on that. In this first row here, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords coming in, as well as the Six of Wands stepping forward, Leo. And so I feel as if you guys have been, you guys have been feeling stuck recently. I feel as if you guys have been feeling stuck. You don't know really what to do. Or like you haven't really known like what to really invest into, because it feels almost as if for some of y'all it's like you will continue like tending to the things that you've been doing, but it just hasn't been fulfilling for you. It feels as if you have been stuck in this sense of monotony. But I do feel like for this week there's gonna be, you know, this Three of Cups here, darling, right? I know you guys can't even see it on camera. This Three of Cups here, like I feel like there is some cause for celebration. Like I feel as if, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles, this represents like the analogy most people will use is like the Seven of Pentacles representing like some type of garden, because it's all about nurturing the things that you've planted. And so I would really be saying for you guys, Leo, it may not necessarily be coming in from some type of outside source, this blessing coming in. I do feel like the blessing coming in for you guys is more so where it's just like you wake up one day and the garden that you've been tending to hasn't been bearing fruit all this season, all this year, darling. But something's going to be changing up. You're going to be walking out one morning and you see some of your plants bearing fruit. So whatever it is that you've been putting energy into, whatever it is that you've been nurturing, Leo, that you probably have been feeling a little bit discouraged about just because it hasn't been bearing fruit. The Six of Wands here is such a good message of where it's a nice change of pace, right? The Six of Wands is my favorite card in the deck outside of the Major Arcana. And, you know, because the Six of Wands just represents, just again, like kind of shares the theme of celebration with that Three of Cups, but it just really amplifies this sense of success. And so I really want to say this week for you guys, Leo, whatever it is that you've been nurturing, you're going to be starting to see some positive results. That is the cause for celebration, again, for that Three of Cups here. In your second row, we have the Hanged Man, as well as the Five of Cups. And then we have the Moon card coming in here. And so we have as the focal point energy being the Five of Cups. So there's been something that's been distracting you, Leo. I don't know if it's necessarily disappointment. I feel as if... So it's like you have like a newfound appreciation for life, or a new perspective on how you will see life and how you will go on moving forward in your life. It's interesting that you have the moon card under the Six of Wands, because the Six of Wands does represent the message that by definition, Leo, the Six of Wands is like public recognition, which is kind of like, putting like a spotlight on you, right? Or on a situation. And so when it's above the moon card, where the moon card is kind of like things kind of going on that's like you're not aware of, it's just interesting because it's like, it feels like you guys are like starting to become a lot more fearless, right? It feels as if like with something that's happened, I don't feel like it's necessarily something that was fabulous, especially with this Five of Cups under your Eight of Swords. It probably was something that definitely was just frustrating to you, but I can't help but feel as if for you guys, Leo, something happened that wasn't. I'm trying to be careful with my wording here because I don't want this to come off as like something obnoxious, being like, oh, Leo, like all that like rough stuff that you were just going through, girl, is just so fabulous for you, right? Because I know how obnoxious and how frustrating that can feel and hear to hear. But it does feel as if something happened in your life that really just shifted your perspective on things, shifted how you want to approach things in your life. And I feel like that's kind of similar to what I was starting to sense for you guys last week as well. Something, it's just like, I just feel as if my Leos are just maturing, darling. My Leos are maturing, which makes me really happy. I do feel as if you guys are just starting to be more drawn to taking more risks now. Very much so. And I know this is going to be annoying to hear, but it's like that old phrase of YOLO, where it's like you only live once. It does feel as if you guys are now just feeling a little bit more adventurous, feeling this sense of where you no longer are going to just keep yourself paralyzed, keep yourself confined in some way. It feels like you guys are becoming a little bit more open-minded. And then in this last row here, we have the Queen of Swords coming in, the Nine of Pentacles, as well as the Three of Swords coming in. And so this right here is an interesting dynamic, Leo, because I do feel as if you guys are really stepping into this sense of really something that was a big disappointment to you guys beforehand, something that was really frustrating to you guys. You guys are actually starting to become the master of that craft. So let me use an analogy, Leo. Let's just say that you had, let's just say that you put out like a project, like let's just use tarot for example, right? Just because it's the easiest thing, and tarot is my life, darling, and that's all I can think about. With tarot, let's say like I was putting out tarot readings and it just wasn't doing it. It wasn't doing what it needs to do. The numbers weren't going well and what have you. And then so I was just feeling extremely stuck in it. And so because of the Seven of Pentacles and this Eight of Swords, that's something I kept on nurturing, right? And so in this situation here, because of like whatever happens, this blessing that's coming in and like really shining a light on the things that you've been trying to nurture, these plants, it's this sense of where you go from really struggling in this one dynamic, actually having some pain and this disappointment, right? And then you start becoming the master of that craft. So it's kind of like that sense of like, overnight where it's just like my videos, they're not doing that well, darling. And then like all of a sudden, like it's just like this huge blessing coming in and like everything that I do involving tarot just takes off. Girl, that would be fabulous, right? But it's in that same dynamic with you, replacing tarot with whatever that Seven of Pentacles is for you guys, right? For those that are, for your job, right? If you guys are in sales in some type of way, maybe you guys haven't been experiencing some sales recently. I do feel like this week is going to start ramping up this sense of where you go from like very counter or very opposite of what you guys have been going through, where it's just been that dry spell. Then all of a sudden you start making a lot of more sales and what have you. And it's through receiving this blessing, it almost just changes how you want to even carry yourself and like go forward in your life. You start receiving these blessings and then it's like this sense, I feel like you want to like branch out more and like challenge yourself even more because you realize that the world's like your oyster essentially. I know there's so many corny phrases that I keep on saying for you guys, Leo. But it's just like this sense of where you go from feeling bad about yourself, feeling as if there's something that, as if like you were the problem, to now the sense of where it's just like you realize that it's just like, oh, I wasn't the problem at all. And it's through these blessings. And again, I want to point out with that Three of Cups, it just makes so much sense as to like where it's like this cause of celebration. So I don't know if you guys have been like venting to people in your life, Leo, about your dry spell, whatever your dry spell is. But people, like, it's just like I just feel like it's the change of tides for you. You're going to be experiencing a change of tides in your life. So let's start getting some clarifiers with all this, Leo. We have the Five of Swords coming in between the Seven of Pentacles as well as the Eight of Swords. So that was the main issue for you guys, Leo. No matter what it is that you're putting energy into, like, it just wasn't bearing fruits, darling. And that was very limiting. That was very, just very limiting to, like, where it is that you're trying to go. Then you have the Sun card coming in here from the Eight of Swords transitioning to the Six of Wands. Excuse me. So this is really good for you, Leo. Man, like, I really am curious as to, like, what it is. Nine of Wands in the back of the deck here, showcasing the wounded warrior. Whatever it is that you've written, and the Eight of Swords is right after. So, Leo, there's definitely been something that you guys, let's just say you have an Etsy store, darling. You probably have not been making, like, any sales at all. And let's say you made, like, a dating profile. You probably have not gotten, like, any messages, darling. With peace and love, I feel as if it's just been very, very much so a dry spell, darling. And so I feel like I don't know what causes it. Obviously, it's just like, it's not my job to figure out what causes it. But you start having just, like, this sense of abundance, this sense of just extreme positivity, and this sense of where what was at once dying actually just really starts flourishing for you, Leo. And it does give you, like, this new sense of freedom. Leo, I do feel as if this gives you, like, this new sense of freedom, this new sense of appreciation for how you want to even approach life. Maybe you guys have just been internaling heavily about, like, the dry spell that you've been going through and blaming yourself for being like, oh, like, I'm doing something wrong and that's why I'm having such an unlucky love life. Something's wrong with me, darling, yada, yada, yada. You have the Lovers card coming in with the Hanged Man in between the Hanged Man and the Five of Cups, which makes sense for you guys. Definitely feel as if, like, you guys are just, like, whether it's in terms of love or finances, what have you, you guys have just been going through this dry spell and you've been hyper focusing on it. But you have that with that Hanged Man, change of perspective, something shifting. I also want to point out, even though in this Hanged Man the artwork doesn't showcase it, in most Hanged Mans, the Hanged Man, the individual, they'll see the sun after the sun's usually incorporated in the deck. So I like that a lot. And then the Page of Swords coming in with the Five of Cups and the Moon card coming in here. So this is an interesting message, Leo, because this is a sense of where, with the Lovers card and the Page of Swords, in terms for my singles or those that are resonating with this, Leo, in terms of a social dynamic, you definitely have someone, especially because it's in the Moon card, you have someone, and, like, I feel like a new energy kind of watching you, Leo. And so I do feel as if, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys, Leo, start coming into, like, new connections, new relationships in your life, whether it's friendships or romantic or what have you. It does feel as if someone's, like, either, like, watching your social media or what, the Page of Swords is usually, like, a card of, like, I don't want to say stalking because that adds, like, a negative connotation. We'll just say watching, right? And I guess it's probably not even a good example either with the Netflix series You and how that could come off as. But regardless, I do feel as if someone's going to be coming out just kind of out of nowhere for you, Aries, Leo, with some type of offer. We have here the Nine of Pentacles in between the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, and then the World card coming in between the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So again, really fabulous for those that are resonating with this, for my self-employed or those that are I keep getting sales, Leo. So even if you're not self-employed but you're involved in sales in some type of way, I really feel as if you are going to be getting a lot more traction in this way. And really overcoming, like, that period of where you haven't been making any sales. So you have a lot of abundance coming in tenfold for you guys, which again would make sense as to why you're celebrating with people with that Three of Cups here. Nine of Pentacles represents very much so self-fulfilling, and not self-fulfilling, you're able to take care of yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, in my opinion, is the best card for individuals that are responsible for their own finances, and it's a very entrepreneurial. Girl, you know what I'm trying to say, Leo. Stop trying to have me embarrass myself with not being able to pronounce that word for some reason right now. You get the point, darling. All right, let's feed this card to Miss Aretha Franklin, darling. And now let's get into, Leo, your messages from your spirit guides, your ancestors, darling, guardian angels, whatever it is you subscribe to. It's none of my business, right, Leo? I feel as if I keep calling you guys Aries, and if I do apologize. Leo, let's see here. What messages do we have for you today? We have here the Tower card coming in here, the Strength card coming in as well, your card, Leo, and then the Three of Pentacles, honey. So I like this a lot. You know, normally when you see the Tower card, Leo, that's a very intimidating card for most people, admittedly, everyone usually, just because it's like this sense of like a sudden change. You know, didn't I even say at the beginning of this reading, Leo, like a strike of, I don't remember what phrase I said, play the clip back. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't. But, you know, with this Tower card here, it's like sudden change coming in. It's usually from some type of outside event. Usually in the artwork of the Tower card, it's usually going to be showcasing like a strike of lightning. So it's in that in that sense. And so when you have this with a Strength card and the Three of Pentacles, I really get this sense of just like through you persevering through just that rough patch, Leo. You know, with the Three of Pentacles, whether this is Three of Pentacles is again fabulous for my those that are resonating with this in terms of finances, because Three of Pentacles is that card of collaboration and working together with others, and contracts as well. So really fabulous in that regard. But as well, even in terms of social, it just feels as if like this Tower card comes in where it's like being destructive of like that dry spell that I keep talking about for you, Leo. Two of Wands, what was I just saying in terms of contracts? If you were to look up the definition of the Two of Wands, it's talking about contracts and planning for the future, planning for your long term. And then the Queen of Cups coming in here. Even if, Leo, you're resonating with this in terms of like your finances and what have you, the Queen of Cups, Eight of Swords in the reverse for you guys. The Queen of Cups is a card of having like it's a good social card, right? It's through the sense of opening your heart up to those around you, and so you can't really neglect that message here. I do feel as if like relationships in your life are going to be somehow playing a role this week for you guys, and that's why you're celebrating with them with this Three of Cups. I keep on referencing this energy just because it's just so interesting how this is all like coming together for you, Leo. I don't know if like this person plays a pivotal role in getting you out of that dry spell, right? Coming in with a contract perhaps, or what. But I do feel as if some type of social dynamic in your life is directly responsible for the contracts and you planning for your future. You have with the Eight of Swords here, again, it's just this sense of really persevering through the issues that you're going through right now, Leo. You know, if you are just like feeling really discouraged in terms of your love life or just discouraged in your life in general, you really want to just keep your focus on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. You know, with the Queen of Cups here, girl, I don't know if I can hold it close enough for y'all to see it, but you know, the Queen of Cups, it's not actually a cup that she's holding. She's holding a trophy and she's hyper focusing on it. And so really don't lose your vision, Leo, for what it is that you're wanting out of life, because, you know, through your perseverance, it pays off, right? Through you practicing that strength, through you being you, darling, with that Strength card, you really start reaping some benefit in some type of way. That good harvest is going to be coming towards you, Leo. So now, girl, I didn't even get this chance to even start saying it. We're going to be getting into the cards of seeing how people perceive you at this time, Leo. We have here the Chariot card coming in here, the Ten of Wands, as well as the Seven of Wands coming in here, Leo. This is an interesting message here. I do feel as if, Leo, this is going to be for a very specific amount of Leos. I feel as if there's some type of dynamic in your life, some type of social dynamic that's separate from what we were talking about with Miss Aretha Franklin's pile that she's holding. It's almost as if someone's starting to get this sense of you distancing yourself, Leo, or just the sense of like, it feels as if they think that you're moving on from them or from that situation. Nine of Wands here. Yeah, it does, like, it's Leo, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I do feel as if, Leo, there's like this sense of someone from your past or someone that you are currently talking. Well, I don't feel like you're talking that much. They may currently still be in your life, but it just feels like I do just keep on feeling like this sense of distance. And it's like this weird message of where like, it's almost as if someone's like finally allowing to just like let you go. Where like it's like this, girl, I feel like I have to do like a whole separate video for this just in itself, Leo, but it's just like this sense of where maybe you had like this old relationship, whether it's platonic or romantic, they're finally just like, and you were trying to like, it's very much so like this back and forth. I am going to admit it probably wasn't very healthy, because I am just hearing the words toxic constantly. But it was just like this sense of obligation that you both felt. So this could easily be like a relationship that you had in your life, and you both had just been struggling and letting go of it. I do get this sense now that this individual is starting to just like let you go and allowing you to just let them go, right? Because I do get this sense that they're noticing that you're distancing yourself. Four of Pentacles, yeah, you're pulling out of a situation, and I see you guys sinking your energy into that new situation. Ace of Cups here. So very much so, speaking to my Leos that have just like some person that, you know, at one point you guys may have just been really committed to each other, but now it's just kind of like this sense of just like anytime you try to talk to them, it just does nothing but cause more burdens in your life. So, you know, very much so like the sense if you've been dealing with like an ex energy Leo and they just can't stop bothering you, darling. I feel like they're gonna finally just start staying out of the way, we'll say, Leo. So interesting messages that came in for you, Leo. But that is the reading that I have for you, darling. If you did enjoy this reading today, be sure to let me know in the comments below which cards resonate with you and how they do. If you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com, darling. Next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that's just being Simply Velca, darling. And be sure to check out your monthly tarot reading as well, Leo. And I will be connecting with you guys sometime in the near future. I love you so much. Bye.